Americans, are you ready to be offended? You see, this is a rather prickly conversation, that it is. I want to talk about American arrogance, that I do. Now, full disclosure, I don't mean all of you, no, just the arrogant ones. After all, you do try to apply your Americanness on every other country abroad, even though you've never ever been there. Well, you see, for me as a British citizen living here in France and reading the comments on a daily basis and having to hire a huge amount of people, well, it's obvious to me that it is. And topping that is when I go on to other channels, right-wing channels, yes, right-wing MAGA channels, yes, we've all got to chill on what we disagree with. So I do that on a regular basis, that I do. Yeah, it's soul-destroying, it really is. You see, American arrogance, it's endemic, it's becoming a pandemic, you see, because some of them actually move abroad and apply their Americanness over here, you see. And although I know some really nice Americans living here in France, I mean really nice people, some of them are just shit, okay? They just are. Right? And I know you can't help it. It's like bred into you. Alright? Now, the thing is, you see, as a British citizen living here in France, because I speak English and a bit of French, also Americans sort of speak kind of English and quite often no French whatsoever. It appears to me that they're being perceived as arrogant, but because it's English as a universal language, sort of, we all get tarnished with the same feckin' brush. Yes! It's a bit like those who are MAGA and those who are not. Those that are Brexiters and those that are not. We all get tarnished with the same feckin' brush. Now I would hope, sometime in the future, when normality comes back, one day we can hope that... It's just the tractors come past. yeah, they're still at it, moving soil about the land on a couple of fields opposite my house. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. It's a bit concerning. I've removed, crikey, thousands and thousands of tons of soil. But anyway, now the thing is, you see, going back on topic regarding American arrogance. You all come over to the UK, alright? You get stopped by the fucking police, don't you? Alright? Because you look suspicious. Yeah, look like a suspicious American. You look like you're going to mug somebody, maybe. You got your hoodie on. Well, the thing is, you see, the police will come up to you and they'll say to you, can I have your ID, please? And you'll refuse. You'll say, oh no, I can't. You're not having my ID. You say, oh, why have you stopped me? Is there a suspicion? Is this, is that? You see, the laws in the United States are different because you can't just do that in the United States, although they are at the moment, and then they chuck you in C-cop. But you know how it goes. But in the UK, yes, they will arrest you, and they're fully within their rights to do so. They just need reasonable suspicion. Unlike in the US, they've got their constitution, but you want to impose your constitution on other countries. That you do. It shouldn't really shock us, is it? Because it is, like what I say, it's American arrogance. It just is. Now, I reiterate that it ain't all Americans, no. Some Americans are really good folk, that they are. But as a whole, Americans tend to impose their Americanness, their arrogance, on other countries. Look at Donald Trump, for instance. He's imposing his arrogance on Canada and Mexico. Absolutely everywhere. And if you have a different culture, you're anti-American, apparently. It seems to me. But, you know, it's like having a bad flatmate, it is. Breaking your shit. And they say, oh, sorry, I didn't know it was yours. What the feck is wrong with these people? It really is mind-blowing, it really is. Now, you got YouTube channels out there who try to, well, show you the truth. Like Midas Touch Networks, you got Secular Talk, which is, yeah, he's probably one of my favourites, to be honest. He says it as it is. And then you got right-wing channels, like... Not that fucking hole! I nearly felt a fucking hole trying to get away from the tractor. I then got squished by a big wheel. Anyway, where was I? After that really threw me. So anyways, like, I'm the bad neighbour in that, you know. And then you got Donald Trump and all his lackeys trying to impose his Trumpism, because that isn't even Americanism, it's Trumpism, on other countries. Now, it's like, I don't know, imperialism and how we colonised other countries in the past. You see, us Brits, we did it all civilised. Like, yeah, we went over there and we said, hang on, bugger off. We're having it now. And that we are. You know, in the day, we shoved a load of convicts in Australia and then we colonised, actually, include other nations as well, the United States. Well, America. Back then. Yeah, and never mind the natives and that, we'll just stick you on some non-fertile land. You know how it goes. And if not, we'll kill you. That's the American way. Now, I know. You don't want me to call you immigrants. But you are. You're immigrants, you're migrants, you originated from somewhere else. And if it wasn't for birthright citizenship, you'd all be fucking deported. Quite frankly. Well, Donald Trump has changed the rules again with his arrogance, saying that now you've got to prove that you have a parent that is a native, that is an American citizen, before you can apply for your birthright citizenship. Is this all going to be retrospective? Are all those with birthright citizenship in the United States going to be removed? Maybe. How many generations back will that go? Who knows, you see? It really will depend on actually, we do know. It'll depend on the colour of your skin. That it will. See, that's Donald Trump all over. He's a racist feck, you see. But I go over to these different countries and what have you. That I do. I visit different places. I don't give a damn about different cultures. I find it interesting. Even if if I came over to the United States and I saw people wearing hoods with KKK written on them or something like that, you know. I thought, okay, it's your culture, if you know what I mean. You know, and if I saw a red hat, well then maybe with a MAGA written on, not the Canada hat, no, a MAGA hat, well then I'd think, oh my goody hell, what a bunch of bastards. Oh crikey. You see, the thing about Americans, they do stupid like no other. The people that I've come across doing this channel, talking about the United States for the last 6 months odd, not how long this channel's been live, but you know, talking about America, it probably is 6 months plus. They are a special kind of stupid. They really are. And I reiterate again, it ain't all Americans. Let's be honest. You're all getting tarnished with the same brush. So you know how it feels, don't you? Like you do. But Canada, they're standing up to the American arrogance and they're saying, up yours. They got their own special kind of arrogance. You can call it stubbornness if you like. Yes, grit. We won't have any shit, that we won't. And that is the Canadian way, it seems to me. Here goes another tractor. There's tractors everywhere. I think I might go in that field again today. Yeah, that way we'll get run over like Nelly did by Didier in his tractor. Oh, bloody hell. See the duster kicking up over there? We're going to shut all the bloody windows because it's all coming up towards our house. I can see it. Over there, you know. It's been, 4 days now they've been doing that? Crikey, they moved some stuff, I'll tell you. I wouldn't mind if they come to my garden and just dig my ditches out again for us. But you know, all joking aside, what have you, this is really serious, because like I say about all these, I was talking about YouTubers when I trying to tell you the truth, even though some of them don't. Now, there's a particular YouTuber called Benny Johnson. He's a right-wing commentator. He's a fucking arsehole. He really is. And Benny Johnson, in the last 3 months, has gained 2 million subscribers. Which makes no fucking sense, because his subscriber count don't match his views. Because generally they do, within reason. You know, there's a bit of fluctuation. But the more views you get, the more subscribers you get. Unless you said something really egregious, like Americans are arrogant. Anyway, it might have an opposite effect. So he's fucking well must be buying subs, you know. Or there's, he's got a shitload of money being pumped towards him from the tenant media, as he did before, apparently. Yeah, he's one of those who taking Russian money, so I've been told. And, you know, if you've got the money, you can buy the subs. But it's totally against YouTube policy. If he gets found out, his channel will be shut down. Or will it? When YouTube can sell a shitload of advertising on his channel. Because he gets quite a few views. Not the amount of views need to get 2 million bloody subscribers, though. No. So you might just touch networks. They're way up, there they are, but their views match their subscriber count. The whole thing, alright, is so corrupt. It really is. But anyway, let's get back on topic. American arrogance. But yeah. Now, I see Americans over here, right? A little bit voluptuous around the midriff that they are. They're a bit disappointed when they go to McDonald's, because it isn't like McDonald's in the United States. No. Well, for a start, we don't have all the poison added into our food, because there's rules and there's laws here, you see. Unlike the United States, they don't do rules or laws, you see. They just do whatever they bloody well like. They want to poison the people. Look at Elon Musk and his data centres destroying the watercourse and the atmosphere with all the generators poisoning local black people. Oh, I wonder why. Well, he's a Nazi, isn't he? He's a Nazi. Even Hitler decided he wanted to get rid of the black people. He practised on them first. A form of arrogance, I suppose, that they're better than everybody else. Yeah, get rid of the black people and the disabled. Yeah, we'll test our new systems and our new train and the soap on the black people and the disabled, and then we can use it on the Jews, if you know what I mean. So it's all about arrogance. It's imposed arrogance. And how other countries, even Israel, what have you, have also got that tendency to impose their arrogance on other countries. But it's almost like an American arrogance. I suppose it's American money again, isn't it? You see, what do these Americans know about the world? Those who don't travel, which is a majority. See, most Americans don't even have a fucking passport. Only time they travels when they want to go to, I don't know, Canada. Well, that might have stopped a little bit just recently. Canada or Cancun. Cancun. They don't go anywhere else. unless they're, I don't know, trying to steal their oil or something. It's mind-blowing. It really is. And the more I read up about this and the more little video clips I see, I think to myself, oh my God. Can they come back from this? See, I've got my doubts. I really have. And, you know, without freedom of speech, fair enough, you've got to have freedom of speech and what have you, which can apply arrogance towards other people, because, you know, they're exerting their freedom of speech. You know, no common decency, but basically what it means, isn't it? No common decency, how to treat people. They're literally just trying to impose their ways on everybody else. And that's exactly what Donald Trump is doing. Trying to impose Trumpism on everybody else. You're either with me or you're against me. You're either with America or you're against America. Every time someone stands up to the United States, he'll either see it as strength or he will just attack. He will call them names, nasty names, or just say they've been nasty. Like you said about the Canadian people, they got nasty tariffs on our milk, even though it's not even true. He makes shit up. Canada's never charged the United States a tariff on the milk. No, because they've never reached the quota, you see. And the quota's set so bloody high anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. You see, that's Donald Trump all over. He manipulates. He takes a little bit of truth, like many of these arrogant people, and they'll manipulate it into a new truth. And the people with their little red hats on believe them, you know. Actually, little red hats or their hoods, if you know what I mean. But you see, we can't fool ourselves. We really can't. We can say it's just arrogance. No, it's not. Well, actually it is. It is arrogance. It's bigotry. It's bigotry. It's the American people. Like I say, not all of them. So because I've got plenty of American people on this channel who seem to be the nicest people going. They do. They seem to have some morality. But then there are the others. Okay? There are those that are clearly out of their fucking minds. They are obviously the most stupid people alive. Idiots. With no substance, nothing to back up what they're saying, apart from manipulated truths. But context, you see. It's like the Nazi salute by Elon Musk. And now you got all these right-wing commentators chopping video clips of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and others, and that was a Hitler salute. But no, it's all about context. And it wasn't Hitler's salute, but Elon Musk certainly bloody well was. And he did it with aggression because he's a little Nazi. His whole family are Nazis. Look at his father. He's such a fucking Nazi and a fiddler. That he is, yeah, not that kind of fiddler. Not like the fiddler on the roof yesterday. His name was Donald Trump. No, not that one, no. I'm talking about little fiddler as in, you know, like, yeah, a bit like it. Epstein fiddler. He fucking well married. Elon Musk's father got his stepdaughter pregnant, 2 kids, and married her. His stepdaughter, what kind of man does that? He's not a real man. He's a pedo. Did I say? Oh, bloody hell, that's it. That's me. I mean, no. Fido, Tito. I've got to say something different. Anyway, that's me demonetised. And on that note, if you want to support the channel, you do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee to keep the channel alive, you know. Oh, there's all super thanks and stuff like that as well. You see, as far as MAGA's concerned, because they're the kind of American people I'm really talking about, rules don't apply to them when they visit other countries. They feel that, if they do visit other countries, that is, if they have got a passport, that is, they feel the rules don't apply to them and they can do whatever the feck they like. But that's not the case. Now, if you move here to France, for instance, there are rules. There is a procedure if you move here. There's things you have to do if you move here. And if you don't, you're never going to be staying here permanently. And most definitely you won't be working, because they're hot on that. That they are. But you see, it's upside down. My notes are upside down. I've got my bullet list here, you see. So yeah, okay, I've done that one, yeah, impose their politics abroad, you did that, yeah. And reject, we hate Americans. He says sort of hypocrisy, really, isn't it, you know. But I suppose, really, what do we expect, right? End of the day, you did have Arnold Schwarzenegger, which the only thing he ever did in his life was lift heavy things. Didn't even move them from A to B, he just lifted heavy things. And he was the governor of California. What the heck? Was it California? Yeah, it was California, wasn't it? Oh, it's just only in America. You know, an actor was the president for a while as well, you know, Reagan and that, you know. Well, I kind of like Reagan in some ways. He was quite funny. He did have a few jokes and stuff. but it was useless in other ways, as you already know. So, okay, we've got Black Hat. I don't know about Black Hat manipulating YouTube, through through a Black Hat, against the terms and conditions of YouTube, using AI as well, AI bots to, subscriber bots. That's obviously against the rules. If you're talking about Benny Johnson, sort of buying subs. But it's all about flooding the zone, regarding this kind of information that's going out there. Oh, yeah, that was my point. These people who are able to manipulate their subscriber count and try and big their channel up so it goes up in the algorithm of YouTube. Well, these people are, spreading their message, and their message of lies. So you have to be careful of that. You really do, because, the more people buy into that stuff, the more damage the political discourse will suffer. It really will. Something's biting me. I am in the field, I suppose. I should expect it. Oh, look, there's Maze. Hello, Maisie. No, I know. How come when they grow their food, all right, it always comes up at the same level? They're all the same height. But when I do it, they're all different heights. I don't get it. What am I doing wrong? The farmers, is it the feed? Is it the amount of water they're using? Probably, because they're using a shitload of water. Also, another fly on me. I got flies on me. So, yeah, anyway, I think I've done it. I think that's it. Do you think Americans are... Sorry about that. Americans are arrogant? I know it's not all of them, all right? I'm absolutely on... I do believe that. Obviously, it's not all of them. That's stupid. That's just a stereotype then, isn't it? But there is that stereotype going around there. They're all overweight. Yeah, but they're not. Some of them have got lucky legs. Have you seen them? In fact, they're lucky legs. They're lucky they hold them up. And they are. Crikey. Then you've got those who clearly eat way too much. And then you've got me, who's fat as fuck as well. You see, it's like a disease, it is. It's like a disease, it's spreading, it is. Yeah, it's obesity, it's spreading. I suppose we better get back to the old dust, as you can see, over there. Crikey. These tractors are backwards and forwards. Where are they dumping all this soil? So they're coming down over there. Oh, well, I know. Obviously they're dumping it at the farm. So what's he using all that soil for at the farm? Crikey. Anyway, tell me what you think and your opinions. And if you are a Canadian, how do you find Americans as a majority? I'm talking about not as no. I'm not talking about obviously those who are decent souls, but if you mention them as well, because they are good people out there in the United States. There certainly is. You see, the United States is full of cultures. It really is. It's a big place. It really is. It is a basket case of 50 states, though, isn't it? Let's be honest. Who'd want to be the 51st state? And tell me how you feel about that as well, being the 51st state, Canadians. Huh? And then you've got Mexico. That seems like quite a sane place at the moment. Shyburn and Ada, how does she feel about it? How do Mexicans feel about what's going on in the United States? Because they all get labelled, don't they? Latinos, they get labelled with the same old brush, like they're all, by Donald Trump, that they're all murderers and rapists and this, that, and that's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. They're just people, as a whole, just trying to get by, they live on very limited means. Yet in America and the United Kingdom and here in Europe as well, in many cases, we live to excess. We have too much shit. Anyway, there's a tractor coming. Don't forget to beep the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel, what have you, and the little bell icon, because then you get one fuzz feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. If you want to support the channel, your Patreon or buy us a coffee. The links are down below. There they are. At least they wave, anyway, after they cover me in dust. They're pointing at me and saying, we're covering you in fucking dust. That's what we're waving to say, thank you. They are. The things they do. Yeah, but also we're doing a rewilding here in France. If you will be a part of that, basically we'll put a tree in on your behalf, and we'll put a sign with the tree, and it could be in memory of a loved one, what have you, and maybe you lost somebody, or maybe it's a newborn even. Anyway, my little old house is just over there, alright, and we've got a field on the other side that we've set aside to it. We've got quite a bit of land here, you see. And then we've got another field over here that we're setting aside as well. We're starting to plant that this year. We were going to start last year actually, but we're starting to plant that one this year. So if you want to have a tree, and so what we would like to get is some red maple. Someone sent me a message, and they said to me that I want some sugar maple as well, but it doesn't sound like sugar maple grows that well in France. It might do where we are. I don't know. We'll see. I might just give it a go, see if I can get some. If I can't, I can't. But the definitely red maple, you know, arable, Asa, arable. So yeah, that'd be really nice as well. They're lovely in autumn, aren't they? You know, all the leaves turn red. And I know that you can grow them here. You can buy them here as well. I've found them here. So I say I can't locate them. I have to get them delivered. I'm doing an online order. Oh, here comes another tractor. That it does. Oh, crikey! We're gonna try not to get run over this time and fall down the hole. This tractor. Blimey! But anyway, it's time for us to go, so we'll say toodaloo, you know, make my way back to the family and the grandchildren. Oh look, there's sheep! There's sheep on the field, yeah, that's what happens when you live in rural France. There's sheep, there's cows, and there's tractors. Shitload of tractors. They all come out of the woodwork when they're all working together, they are. Anyway, I'm waffling again, aren't I? Anyway, it's time for me to go, so I say toodaloo, you know. So toodaloo, don't forget to beat the old like button.